I read this Reddit thread recently. This guy was like, I have a big problem. My girlfriend, we're in our mid-20s, kept noticing my socks were going missing. I realized that she had been wiping with my socks and then washing them before I got home because she has OCD and she does not want to use paper because she's afraid that her fingers will punch through the paper and touch her anus.
Butthole, yeah.
And it's a big issue in their relationship.
You only
now.
have to do that once and then you get over it. The one time that the structural fails and you finger your own butthole a little bit, and then you got to wash all the poo off your finger.
Why doesn't she just buy something though? Why is she using
Gloves.
his socks?
Yeah.
She's ashamed.
I'm just saying, if she just had rubber gloves, though.
What do you got a Coke nail and you break through and that's getting in your glove box?
Like Carrie Fisher on the set of Return of the Jedi.
Can you be genetically prone to OCD? Is that something that's passed genetically?
That was more of a nurture versus nature sort of thing.
Well, 23andMe is the sponsor of this episode, and they can help you figure out exactly what you may or may not be prone to genetically, where you're from, your history. Adam, you tried it, learned some things about yourself. We've discussed a couple in the past.
I sure did, James.
Yeah? What do you think is the most interesting thing you discovered about yourself?
I found out that I'm not the thing I thought I was, and I'm going to the doctor this Friday to get it looked at.
That's good. That's preventative.
It's my thyroid.
We're going to hear more from our sponsor, 23andMe, at the end of the show.
Where is your thyroid? It's your neck?
It's like the gonads
Inside
of the neck.
and then around.
Here, touch it.
I can't through there.
Two fingers, maybe.
Your first question this week comes from Denky King Jr. If you guys were to make a biopic about the creation of Funhaus, who would you cast as yourselves?
I would be the animated inclusion, like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit sort of
Okay.
situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I feel like there isn't a human alive that can really do all of this. Not even me.
Maybe a whole team of humans based out of South Korea. I think the only person who could accurately portray me would be Sam Elliott, because I feel like our mannerisms are very the same. We have the same
facial
kind
hair.
of facial hair.
I feel like don't force it like Looper did.
Yeah, I don't want him to wear prosthetics to play
No,
me.
I don't think a human could really play me, so I think the puppet of the Rancor from Return of the Jedi would be good.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What if I told you we don't have the money for that, but we can get Falcor from Neverending Story?
Ooh, that's a
Wait,
perfect
3?
puppet.
No, yeah, give me the second one or 3. I don't want that first one.
Yeah, that first
What?
one's rough.
Because I want it when they improved it.
The one that had wheels and like little moving arms.
They somehow made it worse, and I don't know how. Also, back up one of the wheelies from Return to Oz.
What is
Okay.
playing you? I don't understand. The scene to scene, you change from one monstrosity to another.
if they're being,
Oh, if he's on the move.
there were different like
Falcor could
pivotal
fly.
moments.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand how having wheelie arms and legs is faster than flying.
I don't think they were legs.
No, they had wheels on the feet too, right?
Really?
I want to think about this as little as possible. So can we all just agree
Yeah,
that
less nightmares, please.
Yeah.
Elise, what about you?
Rami Malek, he can play anyone, we've learned. Just a few extra teeth is all it takes
Yeah.
for anyone.
I haven't seen Bohemian Rhapsody, but I've heard James describe it. So I imagine your scene would be you looking off in the distance going, we'll call it demo disc.
Yeah.
And then they go, wow.
sort of demo disc. And then everyone goes, boom! We figured it out. And thus, Open House is born. Next question from It's Jessica Woot. The Funhaus crew has come down with old-timey illnesses. What is your ailment, and what is the proposed cure?
I would like to have moon lung, where I've inhaled
okay.
too much moon dust.
I hate when that happens.
So then what, we like send you to Jupiter?
Yeah, just to kind of get it out.
Yeah, you got to get as far away from the moon as possible, which is Jupiter.
Doesn't it have like 6 moons?
Yeah, but they're less dusty.
My ailment would be 17th century witch, and the
Okay.
only cure is fire.
Yeah, that's true. How can we confirm that you're a witch?
Actually, most American witches were not burned, despite what you might believe. They were, a heavy rock tied to the foot and pushed in the lake.
Yeah, true witches would get out of that situation. I want all those diseases that are easily solvable now, but back then you just lived with your entire life.
Gotcha.
So I want a hacking cough, I want a headache
Okay.
around the clock, I want a fused spine. So every time I get up, I'm like, ah! Audience is like,
Yeah,
oh, there
yeah.
he goes again. That's our old rheumatital Lawrence. Clive Tolnay writes, you're in charge of Apple's R&D division and you need to follow up the iMac, iPod, iPhone, and iWatch. What new product do you unveil to continue the legacy and further fill our lives with little devices?
We have iPads, iWatch, Apple Pencil. They haven't made the iStomach. It would just be much easier if we had a screen here
little implant,
so
yeah.
that you can project whatever you want there. It will mostly be Krang.
Yeah, it's not even the money that goes to my current Krang play. It's the time, you know?
Millennials are getting older, and you know what they always say goes, your hips. So I think you get an eye hip.
Do I need to have a bad hip to get the eye hip, or can I just take out the working one
you
now?
you can just take it out.
Can I get hips by Dre?
Yeah, you can get all kinds of branded hips.
Next year, when a better hip comes out, can I pay $25,000 for that hip as well?
Absolutely. What kind of hip do you have in you now? Hip Nano?
Oh, I mean, I'm embarrassed. It's a little old.
Oh, it's an old one?
It's about 35 years old. My mom gave it to me.
We'll give you $3.50 for it towards
not
your
bad.
next hip purchase.
This hip's too expensive.
Bruce isn't here, so he can't answer this question. So I'm gonna have to answer it how I think he would, which is the eye dildo.
Oh, yes, of
It's
course.
connected to your phone too, so you can warm it up when you're on your way home.
Yeah.
Get it buzzing?
You can sync it with your Instapot.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
So chicken's ready as soon as you are?
Yeah. Perfect rice every time.
This is from Half Awake One. What company would be vastly improved if they started using drones? McDonald's.
Oh my god!
Because I get all my burgers by copter. If they want to lift me up, take me through the sky to the McDonald's.
Carrying you like a cat by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah.
Doctors by drone. So I know what you're imagining. A drone flies in with a little screen. No. I mean, a physical doctor is delivered via drone to your house.
Okay.
Yeah, hanging via lab coat.
Exactly.
Got it, yeah.
Or do I just still go to the doctor's office and just a drone comes in now?
The doctor is on vacation.
And I know people hate them, but I think there's great potential with bird scooters. But I think it would be better if, while you're on the bird scooter, a drone also picked you up and then could carry you somewhere else.
sit on it?
You get on the scooter,
Gotcha.
the scooter gets lifted up, and then you have to push 3 times the throttle.
Next question from Sergeant Stash 94. The fame finally hits, and each of you get on a magazine cover. What magazine do you make it on, and what's the cover story?
O Magazine.
That's a good one.
It says, casting the new Black Panther, and it's me.
I know you're all thinking, Mad Magazine? No. Cracked? Perhaps. Nope, I'm going to be on Crazy, the discontinued magazine from 1972.
Perfect. And you're in one today?
Yes.
Okay.
We're bringing it back. Finally, we're going to take Cracked down.
All right.
I want to be one of those circulars that's in the checkout aisle at the grocery store that's only about one soap opera.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
One that I'm not on.
Yeah.
But it's me on the cover like, Lawrence Sontag, who is he?
Yeah.
Could he be on this show? He's not, but let's figure out how he might be.
Whose twin is he? Nobody's, because no one looks like him on the show.
We need to go to Hollywood and Highland and start distributing a Funhaus zine.
We do,
I think
we
that's
really
the one
do.
thing we haven't done.
Or
a
my
zine and a
mixtape.
mixtape that we try to play for people out loud.
Yeah.
15 gigatons. What flavor vape juice would you all be?
Goodness, these questions.
Yeah.
I love the exact second when people realize they're getting old because it gives me life. Because I love seeing things die.
Okay.
So whenever somebody over 25 sees somebody under 12 years old flossing,
Okay. That's
that
what it
big
is.
cloud right there, that's what that is.
Mine would be Hawaiian pizza.
Good one.
That's it. No
Okay.
joke. I just like that taste in my mouth because pineapple is absolutely fine on a pizza.
If you could put sleep deprivation and anxiety into a flavor, that would be great.
Caffeine and nicotine. I think that's just a cigarette.
If I drink so much caffeine, why am I always tired? But then why can't I sleep at night?
Because you drink the caffeine.
Makes no sense.
Too busy thinking about kids flossing, aren't you?
Mine would be like convention haze or something.
Ooh.
You know?
Like day 3,
Yeah.
Like the smell of
It
a
rained a
convention
little today.
center. Yeah.
BO and pizza.
and it's 95 degrees, and there's a lot of people wearing fursuits here.
By the way, RTX tickets are on sale. Get your weekend badges. Do you know if BO is something that's genetically predisposed?
I think so.
I know who would know. 23andMe.
This episode of Open House is brought to you by 23andMe. With 23andMe's Health and Ancestry Service Kit, you can find out what your DNA says about your health, traits, and more, including your genetic likelihood for developing certain diseases. Diabetes is a growing public health challenge. 1 in 3 adults in the United States has prediabetes, but 90% of those with prediabetes don't know they have it. 23andMe's Type 2 Diabetes Report offers insights into your genetic likelihood for developing Type 2 diabetes and empowers you with personalized results and tools that may help you prevent disease. Order your 23andMe Health and Ancestry Service Kit at 23andme.com/openhouse. That's the number 23andme.com/openhouse. Again, that's 23andme.com/openhouse.
Oh boy, some of those questions, Adam.
I always wondered what the bottom of the barrel looked like, and I think it was that question.
I'm mad at the audience.
Well, you want to take out that aggression somehow, Elise?
If only we had a way.
I know the perfect way. Starting next week, we're bringing back the comment show, Open House Comments Edition.
Cool.
We're gonna try that for a little bit.
I give you some time to come up with some better questions than vape juice.
See, the thing is, I thought it said vag juice, and I was like, ooh, good question. And I said it's vape juice, and I said, ooh, bad question. No, but we're bringing a comment show, so we'll be back next week with Open House Comments Edition.
We'll see you next week
Yeah,
where
we'll
we
see you
all
next week.
yell at you.
Probably not here. Where are we gonna be? Where are we gonna do this? What are the comments?
What happens to boobs in space?
They move.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Do they float like in a pool?
They must go
They
around
do.
like
They
that.
must
Do they
float
move
like in a
independently
pool.
of one
I don't know
another?
what happens
I would
to boobs
imagine
in a
that
pool.
they
What
just
happens to boobs in a pool?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
No friction.
Yeah,
so if
so-
you give one a slap,
That's what I'm thinking.
It's just gonna keep going forever.
If you flick the left boob, does the right boob just...
Yeah.
Like a pendulum.
So I would conduct a science experiment